Hey everybody, this is Josh from Lucas Lighting, and today we have a Promaster housing, and we're going to swap out these factory H7s with aftermarket H7s. So very first step, of course, is to unscrew these, just it's very simple. Second thing is we've got to get these out, and there's just a tab on the top, and high beam and low beams on this side, high beams on this side, and they're both just push down and pull out. So you basically just push down and pull out. Very simple. So you'll see that the mount and the harness are the same. So if you were to take this out and put a MX in, you'd be fine. You could just go right in. But when you're looking at something like an L2, well, how does that work? Well, we make adapters for that. So if you're ever in the situation and it looks like it's not going to fit for some reason, then most likely you need an adapter. A lot of times with H7s, you need adapters. If you look at it, it's not a twist-in type of a bulb. If you compare it to, like an H11's got these little feet, and you can tell it goes in and it twists, so it holds kind of itself in. The H7's pretty much the only bulb that doesn't do that, and the H1 as well. So a lot of times with H7 vehicles, you do need adapters unless you use MX. So let's get into this install. Okay, so in order to get the adapter in, you're gonna have to take the collar off of this bulb, and you can see these little keys right here. So you're gonna have to turn it, and then that collar will come out. Okay, the next thing you wanna do is you're gonna line that up like that, and then this is gonna go right into the housing. So some people will put this in first and then this. It's really kind of up to your, whatever you're comfortable with. The other thing specifically on this Promaster is there is a T15 right there. If you want to loosen that, it's attached to this, so it will affect how your bulb goes in. Use a hand screwdriver, and you're only gonna do one full turn on that. If you do any more than one full turn, you risk this cap. You can see that cap in there. That cap's actually in the housing, so if you loosen that too much, this whole thing can fall in your housing, and that's not a good deal. So let's get this installed inside, and then we'll move forward. Okay, everybody, you can see that I've got the 006 adapter in there, and it's holding our bulb perfectly. The tab that we loosened has been retightened, and this kind of slides in on these tracks, and it clicks in, and then this piece holds it in. So that's nice and solid. Now we're going to do the adapter 18 for the high beams. So this guy is going to go in like this, and then this is going to hold it down. So specifically on the Promaster, we do not need this extra elbow right here. So we are going to take this elbow and we're going to cut it off with flush cutters. So you can see that one's been cut and this one has not been cut. So you have to cut off that larger L in order for that to fit. And we're going to put that in right now. Okay, I wanted to get a better close-up of this. So this is the high beams, and you can see that I have cut these bigger L pieces off. So getting this to seat underneath this screw, sometimes you have to train it. You could take a little piece of the plastic that you cut off earlier and either wedge or glue it in there if you'd like that to hold on better. And then this is the other one. You can see that that screw has been retightened there. That's a T15, and it's right up against there. So these are solid. This one's pretty solid. All we have to do at this point is put the bulb in and turn it, and then we can tuck our decoders in and we're done. Okay, so that wraps everything up. So we've got the high beam light mounted and installed. It went in very easy. Once you get the mounting done, it's pretty easy. So that's the control box, the external control box, and then that's going to plug right into your decoder, and your decoder is going to plug into the factory mount and harness. Okay, so you can tape these. I don't really like the H7 connector, so you can definitely tape these down. This is the other side, the low beam. That is in perfectly. The wires are usually going to go down, so this housing is actually upside down right now. That again goes to the controller box, which goes to the decoder. which then goes to the factory plug. And you can see those come out really easy. So make sure you tape those down when you put them in, so you don't have any issues later on. So the adapters that we used for this were the 18 for the high beams and the 6 for the low beams. So you just, anytime you do a Promaster, you're gonna need these two. You're gonna need decoders because it's pulse width modulation. And then this is how they're gonna go in. So I know that a lot of you have been asking for a Hyundai Kia. It is coming next week. This is the housing. We're gonna do the same video next week, but we're gonna cover Hyundai Kia in great detail. I'm gonna show you a couple of options that you have with that housing. I wanted to give the Promaster its own video. A lot of people have been asking me about how to do the Promaster. It's, you know, it is a 2 adapter install. The housings do have to get removed from the car no matter what. So definitely give yourself a little bit of time, especially if you haven't done one of these before. And then once you do it one time, it gets really easy. So look forward to next week. We are gonna do this housing. This is a Kia housing. It does require it requires a different adapter for that and for that. And then I'm gonna show you the other Hyundai Kia adapters as well, with some tips and tricks on how to tackle that. So hope you enjoyed this video of the Promaster, and we will see you next week.